Hey guys, what's up? Shin0555 here, back kind of making this impromptu rant-esque video. Basically I just want to get my thoughts out on the Balan Wonderland demo. So basically if you haven't heard, Balan Wonderlands, it's like this new kind of game coming out on Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and basically it's like kind of like a spiritual successor to Nights into Dreams. In fact, the creator of Nights into Dreams actually directed this game. So Balan's Wonderland is made by him. Same people, same kind of feel, and it's supposed to be like a spiritual successor to Nights. And if you didn't know, a demo came out like a week or two ago. So people actually got a chance to play it for the first time, and honestly, all of the reviews I've seen of the demo, like first impressions of the demo, have been negative, and I'm not really sure why. So that's why I kind of want to make this video and just give my thoughts. So basically, like all the videos I've seen, if you just look up Balan Wonderland demo, you see videos like, oh, this game needs to be delayed, or oh, this demo saved me $60, and it's all reviews like just slamming this game for really no reason. Like, I don't understand. So I just finished the demo yesterday, I think. Yes, it was yesterday. I played through the entire demo. It consists of 2 acts of the first level, and you get act 1 of like level 6 and act 1 of level 4. And I actually really enjoyed it, and like I don't get the negative like impressions that people are getting from it. But I kind of think I understand where it's coming from. Basically, the game looks like it's supposed to be like a 3D platformer, kind of like a Mario Odyssey or similar to like Sonic Lost World in type of like game structure. But it's more of like a puzzle game, like a really chill puzzle game, where instead of like platforming being the main like challenge of the game, it's more of like you solve these environmental puzzles with like a limited number of costumes you can get. So you basically get these costumes, they give you like a single power, and you use that single power to like solve puzzles, and you can swap between 3 costumes in one time. So that's kind of the game, and it's more of like a puzzle game than a platformer from like my impressions of it, and I think that's kind of the mentality of the game. But before we get into that, just like going into like the reception from like YouTube, like personalities, and like these are people that like I really like watch and like are subscribed to that are hating this game, and I'm actually really surprised. And I think like I actually might make a new video on like this topic, but like YouTube personalities, like big YouTube channels, especially in the gaming, their opinions have way more power than I think they realize. Because like if a big YouTube gamer like hates a game, that literally could be the end of a game. So like this, like a new IP or like Balan Wonderland, if it gets negative reviews from like big YouTube people, that might just be enough to kill the game, because like their opinions just literally become the public opinion, and just like, oh, this game's bad. And I feel like a lot of these YouTube channels go in and they like they expected a 3D platformer and they didn't get it, and they think the game's bad because of it. And it's more of like I said before, a puzzle game. So yeah, now I'll just go into like what I liked about the game. Basically, I like the costumes. I liked how they give you a single power. I heard a lot of complaints is the controls are very simple, and they kind of are. So you get to move around, and then all the face buttons and the trigger buttons are jump when you're your base character. But when you're in a costume, all of those buttons turn into whatever power the costume has. So you get a sheep costume that allows you to hover if you hold down the button, so you jump and like hover. You get a pumpkin punching costume, where every time you hit the button, you throw your fist out like Rayman. You get like a flutter jump with another costume. You get like a tornado jump with another costume. And I can imagine because in the demo you only are limited to a certain number of costumes from the levels you play. So I imagine there's going to be a lot more costumes that allow you to do different things. I'm assuming one's gonna have like a dash ability. I saw like a spider costume, like a spider web, so I assume you're gonna get like a spider costume that will allow you to do stuff on like spider webs, like maybe climb walls or something. So again, I think the variety would I don't think the simple controls like bring the game down. In fact, it actually reminds me of a game, Klonoa, that was on PlayStation 1. It also has a sequel on PlayStation 2 and a remake on Wii and a couple of GBA games. But that's off topic. But Klonoa is very similar in kind of game structure, where it's or control layout, where in Klonoa you only move. And it's a 2.5D platform. It's not exactly a 3D, so there's a kind of a big difference. But in like Klonoa, you only move around, and you have the ability to jump and grab enemies. And when you have an enemy, you can use them as a double jump. So, but it's a very basic 2-button video game essentially, and it works well. Like Klonoa, especially like Klonoa, they use the most out of that simple mechanic. Like you don't get any other abilities other than grabbing enemies and using them to jump. That is the whole game, and it's brilliant. Like Klonoa is a really solid platformer, and I get the same impression from Balan Wonderland, where like the game's challenge is using the suit's powers in like different ways. And I think a lot of the fun of the game is using the costumes to kind of break the game. Like for example, in the level 4 or 6, I don't remember which one, but it's the clock tower one. So there's a level where you go into a clock tower, and when you're in the clock tower, there is one trophy you can collect. So the game's goal is to collect all these golden trophies of Balan. And there's one trophy that you could have collected in the clock tower that you need the pig suit for. So there's a switch, and you can ground pound with the pig costume, which will push the switch down and raise a new platform, which you can jump on and then collect the trophy. When I got to that point in the game, I did not have the pig costume on me. So what happened was I did have the sheep costume that allowed you to float. So I was actually able to get to a higher elevation on that level, float down and collect the trophy without using the pig costume. And I think that's where a lot of like the fun and creativity of the game can come in, where it's just like, yes, there's a set way to get trophies that the game developers intended, but you can also use the powers of other costumes to also like collect the trophies and solve the problem. And I think that's really where the fun of the game comes in, because I've done that multiple times in the game. Just in the demo alone, again in the clock tower level, there's this collapsing staircase where it's like a staircase for like a couple seconds, then it turns flat, and if you're standing on it when it turns flat, you just slide all the way down. I was able to kind of cheese it again with the sheep costume, where you would jump on the stairs, and if you timed it right, like before the stairs fell, you could jump off, hover, and then like quickly turn back while the stairs like turn back. And you can actually kind of climb up that way. But I'm pretty sure there's probably like a spider power-up that allowed you to like stick on the thing, or like a speed power-up that allowed you to like run up it. So like get to areas that you're not like intended to with like with the costume powers. So I think that's where most like the challenge and like fun of the game is, or for my experience, that was like what I had fun with. It was trying to get these trophies with the costumes that I have. There's another level, section in the corn level, where there was this trophy that you needed the Gear Prince costume to get, but I didn't have the Gear Prince costume when I first encountered it. But I was able to jump on the level and get to a point where I was able to hover with the rabbit suit and be able to get the trophy that way. So I think that's where, like, and again, that's why I don't think it's a platformer. I think it's more of a, like, 3D environmental puzzle type game and not so much a platform. It looks like a platformer, but I think it's more of a, like, a puzzle type game. And kind of like what also like makes me think that is there's no time limit, because usually in like platforming games, especially like level-based platforming games like Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, like Sonic Lost World, like stuff like that, they usually have a timer in the level somewhere, or if they don't have a timer, they do like encourage you to beat the level like quickly, and you get like extra bonuses. When you beat a level in Balan Wonderland, there's no like reward for finishing it fast. So there's no reward for like speeding through the level and beating it as quick as possible. So I think, again, the real like meat of this game is like taking your time, exploring, looking around, really jumping on stuff, and I really think that's where the game shines. And I think like if you go in thinking like, oh, this is gonna be a great 3D platformer, I think you'll be disappointed. But I think if you go in with the mindset of like, I'm just gonna look at this game as the way it is, and just like kind of accept like it's not like the 3D platformer that like you might have initially thought it was. It's actually a really fun game. But there are some negatives that I heard. Some people that I watched that were playing like the PC version, I noticed, had a lot of like performance issues, and they actually like recorded and showed it in like their videos as examples. Just for my example, I played the Switch demo, and I experienced no problems like whatsoever. In fact, the footage you're watching is from the Switch demo that I was playing. So I saw people are like, the game would like kind of freeze and load for a second and then like keep playing. I never experienced that, never experienced any graphical issues, never experienced any like slowdown or anything like that. So the game, at least on my Switch, which is a completely normal Switch, and I only played it in dock mode to be even more specific. I never played it in handheld mode, but in dock mode, it works fine. I had no problem. It might have been because I only played it for like sit downs no longer than an hour, so maybe if the game's running longer you'll encounter those. I don't know, but from my experience, the game was just ran fine, no slowdown. Load times weren't like 20 seconds. I saw one video where they counted the load time and they said it was like 20 seconds long. Like, my load screens were less than that. Maybe not like the initial like boot up load screen, but like level load screens nowhere near as long. But overall, I had a great experience with Balan Wonderland, and honestly, like, my biggest fear is that like these YouTube like commentators and like this whole like negative first impressions that the demo has given the like public consciousness of like gamers now, I guess, will actually impact the game negatively. And I'd hate this game to become like a Billy Hatcher, where like Billy Hatcher's a great game, like a great like platformer where you use an egg to like jump around, but the problem is no one like really played it when it first came out. So it kind of just like slowly became like this kind of hidden gem that like a few people talk about every now and again, and like that game definitely deserves a sequel. And I just don't want to see Balan Wonderland kind of go through the same thing where like, this is actually a good solid game. Is it like the next Mario Odyssey? No, but it's definitely fun and you should definitely check it out. But I just don't want to see this game just like, oh, popular opinion is, oh, this game's bad, and then like it just kind of like flops. You don't hear about it for a couple years, and then some people start making YouTube videos like, oh, do you remember Balan Wonderland? This Switch hidden gem, or like, you know. So yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say about the game. If you haven't played it, the demo, there's a demo on PlayStation 4, PS5, Xbox, Switch, I think PC as well. So if you haven't played it, definitely go check it out. Play it for yourself. Remember, it's not supposed to be like a 3D platformer, in my opinion. It's probably more of like this environmental puzzle game where you use like these costumes to kind of like solve these puzzles to collect these trophies. That's pretty much what the game is. And I think that's what it's intended, and it actually really makes me sad when I hear people like, oh, Square Enix needs to delay this game and make it better and like fix all these problems that we have. But I think like the problems that you have with it is like, you want it to be another game, and I don't think that they should fix it if that's the case. That's like, I don't know, playing Tetris and being like, oh man, Tetris sucks, it should be Puyo Puyo. But you're just like, that's kind of like a different game. Well, whatever. It's just like, it's just weird. So I think people don't like this game for like what it actually is. but I liked it. The music was great. I love the atmosphere of the game. It's very dreamlike, very Nights-like. I don't know anything about the story. I skipped all the story cutscenes because I'll save that for when I pick up the game. So yeah, and that's pretty much all I need to say about the game. So definitely, I liked it. I think I'll title this video as I liked it, Balan Wonderland demo or whatever. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to this video. Thank you for listening to my rant on this game. Let me know if you guys liked it, if you played the demo and you wanted it, and you liked it, or you don't get what the hate is for. So yeah, and I just want like a physical video saying like, I like this game, I think it's pretty good. So just in case this game does come out and it's like super successful and like people love it everywhere, I could be like, see, I was right. Or if it just becomes like a hidden gem, which I think it's gonna happen. So yeah. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. I definitely want some more like positive Balan Wonderland type content out there, I guess. Just kind of combat all the negative impressions that the demo left. So remember to share this video, that help out. And again, if you guys played it yourself, I'd love to hear what you think. But I really enjoyed the game. It's not like my favorite. I don't think it's like, ooh, game of the year, but like I had fun playing with it. And like I watched the demos before, like the reviews of the demo before playing the game, so I went in thinking like, ooh, is this gonna be bad? And I played it, I liked it. I don't actually understand all the hate for it. So anyway guys, I'm Shin0525. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out Guardian Saiyan, he's an awesome dude. Link to his stuff in the description below. And I will see you guys in some other video. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.